Oh, hello, 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 everybody. Welcome back to the Everything Channel. My name's Ben. This is actually take two of this video. I did the first video just fine. It was just fine. I recorded everything fine. I didn't have any real screw ups, but this fucking thing was in my screen. That fucking thing right there. This thing right here. That was in my screen, and I couldn't finish the video. It was so annoying that it was in the screen. So I'm doing it again. Today we're going to be talking about hockey pretty much. This is going to be kind of the same kind of video that I used to do on this channel. It's not going to be really, it's not any sort of scripted at all. Like, I don't even have like a little note of sheets. A note of sheets. I don't have a sheet of notes that I even did back then. All I have is the initial standings up here on my phone, and I'm just going to be kind of talking off the cuff like I do sometimes, even in my more scripted reaction videos or even on a gameplay video that I might do sometimes. Actually, what you're seeing back here, I'm actually seeing it on my screen too. You're actually seeing the video that I'm actually currently rendering that I will be uploading after this one goes up. This one isn't going to really require any editing. I can just record it and upload it as it is. This one I have to render in Sony Vegas. So I'm letting that do its thing. And I figured that, I've had this video idea kind of on my mind for a while, and I figured why not get into it. Today we're going to be talking about the 2014 playoffs, and we're going to kind of get into my predictions, I guess, on who was going to win the play-in series between each of the teams, and I'm going to kind of give a brief explanation as to why. Basically, to start off with the playoff, how it is, it's a 2014 playoff instead of 16. The top 4 teams in each conference will be playing a round-robin style tournament to see who will get the number 1 seed in each conference, and the teams below them will be playing a best-of-5 qualifier round to see who will make the actual playoffs. The teams who do not make it will be technically considered missing the playoffs in general. But they will be counted as... But they'll be still counted as playoff games, which I find interesting, but we're not getting into. The top 4 teams in the East that we are going to get into, though, it will be the Bruins, the Lightning, the Capitals, and the Flyers. The Bruins are at a 44, 14, and 12 record. The Lightning are at a 43, 21, and 6 record. The Caps are at a 41, 20, and 8 record, and the Flyers are at a 41, 21, and 7 record. For the qualifying rounds, the first one they'll be getting into is the Penguins and the Canadiens. Out of these two teams, I think the Penguins will win. I think the veteranosity out of Crosby and Malkin and all of the guys, and of course having both Jarry and Murray in net, I think that combination, I think there'll be too much for Carey Price to handle all by himself, and I think that if the Canadiens will win, it'll be all on Carey Price, and I think the Penguins are just a little bit too much for him to be able to even still a 5-game series, in my opinion. Out of the Hurricanes and Rangers, I am picking the Rangers. They are my favorite team. That's part of the reason why I'm picking them, I guess. You guys know that I'm not afraid to announce bias if I have it, but another reason why I'm picking them is the fact that they've taken already such a big step this year. I do kind of expect them to be able to take at least that one step farther. We were on the right track to at least be in the playoff hunt, as it were, with guys like Fox and Panarin stepping his game up hugely, Zibanejad having a huge breakthrough year, Strome having a nice season. I think that although this will be probably one of the most entertaining series to watch, I think that the Rangers will be able to take it away, especially with the 3-headed monster in net known as Shesterkin, Georgiev, and Lundqvist. Lundqvist's career numbers against the Hurricanes are fantastic, so I would not be surprised to see him in, as well as probably the other 2 goalies as well. I wouldn't be surprised to see all 3 of them actually in the series. But we're moving on to the Islanders and Panthers now. I am personally picking the Panthers because I would love to see them win a playoff series in my life. They last won it in 96, and I was born in 99, so I would love to see them win a series in my lifetime, and I hope that they actually make the playoffs so they have a chance to do that. And the last but not least in the East, we have the Maple Leafs up against the Blue Jackets. I am personally picking the Leafs. I think that it's been too long since they've even won a playoff round, so I think if they win the playoff series, I think that it'll give the team enough of a morale boost to maybe make it past the first round this season. But I wouldn't take the Blue Jackets lightly. They did sweep the Lightning last year, so I wouldn't take them with a grain of salt. Out in the West, however, now moving on to the West, the top 4 teams are the Blues, Avalanche, Golden Knights, and the Stars. The Blues are at a 42-19-10 record. The Avalanche are at a 42-20-8. Golden Knights are at a 39-24-8, and the Stars are at a 37-24-8. The usual narrative in the NHL is that the East is stronger than the West, so despite the fact that these teams have less wins, they are the stronger in the conference. In the qualifying round, the first one that we're going to get into is the Oilers versus the Blackhawks. I'm personally taking the Oilers in this little mini series, in this little play-in series that they're doing. I think the two-headed monster in McDavid and Draisaitl, I think that the fact that Chicago has been aging, they've been aging for a couple years now, and I think that the rebuild is just going to be starting. So I would not be surprised to see them miss in favor of the Oilers, who are a much younger team and I think might be a little bit hungrier, in my own opinion. Although I wouldn't be surprised to see Kane, Taves, and Heath trying to make one last playoff push. For the next one, we got the Preds versus the Coyotes. I'm taking the Predators, honestly. Nothing against the Coyotes. I'd love to see them make the playoffs and make an impact, but I don't see them having the same kind of star power that the Predators do, and I think that would be a little bit too much in only a 5-game series where the Coyotes wouldn't have like an extra 2 games to try dragging things out. Up next, we got the Coyotes. Wow, fuck me, dude. We have the Canucks and the Wild. I am personally taking the Canucks to push past the Wild in the series. With the youth of guys like Pettersson and Hughes, and they of course have Myers on the blue line, and adding JT Miller, I believe it was in the offseason, if I'm not mistaken, adding him in the offseason, I think his veteran leadership would be able to give enough of a boost to those younger players and help them elevate their game to at least the next level in this play-in round to at least try and make the playoffs. I'm not saying they'll do anything in the playoffs, I'm just saying I pick them to make them. And last but not least, the last series that we're going to get into is the Flames and the Jets. Roommate just got home. But what I was saying, I take the Flames in this series. I think guys like Johnny Gaudreau have a lot to prove in this playoff series in particular, at least in my eyes they do. Of course he's Johnny Hockey, but there's been a lot of doubt on his playoff play lately. I'm not saying I doubt him personally, I'm just saying it is out there. And I think he would be looking to prove a lot of people wrong by not only making the playoffs, but making a deep impact in the playoffs. But however, that's my little take on the NHL coming back and with the playoffs, and my little predictions, I guess. Let me know what you think in the comments section below, who you think is going to win and how you think this is going to impact players moving forward into next season. Like and subscribe on your way out if you haven't already, and have yourselves a good day.